the Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition, where we are exploring Kindred on the small island of Malta. For those of you who have just joined us, our players here, we're missing one. We have Ethan playing as Miles, Luke playing as Frank, Ginger, we like to call her, is playing as Mumbles, and Milena as Tatiana. Just a quick kind of overview of our last session. Basically, a character of our own, Athena, has had her butler unwillingly turned into a kindred of himself. However, he was turned by Tatiana's sire, who is currently rogue and running around Malta, causing havoc to this group. What his agenda is and what's kind of behind this whole story, no one really knows. It's still something we're unwrapping. We're just gonna really get into it. We're a bit time constrained, so this episode is a bit shorter than it normally would be than other sessions. So if you've not seen the previous episode, please stop this and go watch that for context's sake.
If this is your first episode watching us, please go back to episode 1, because otherwise you've been missing a lot of what the hell has been going on for 10 plus sessions ago.
It's perfect.
Spend a few days just to watch it.
We go into the story straight away. We left off with the butler, Sebastian, having some kind of
maliciousness?
Seizure?
like a seizure kind of situation. Athena freaks out. One of the local goons who is on the property belonging to Frank's sister, I guess, not sire, we find out, takes care of the situation and takes them off-site, both of them, to kind of make sure that Sebastian is going to be okay. Jeffrey, right, not Sebastian. Sebastian is currently in the cellar, right? No, mixing things up.
Yeah, for a prolonged stay.
For a prolonged stay. How he will be dealt with, we will see it at some point. That's Athena's call, I guess. So yes, Athena and Jeffrey have went off-site to a secure location to kind of stabilize the poor new kindred. Whatever he's going through is not a normal embrace, clearly. Something is maliciously wrong with this individual. And Miles' sire kind of points at the potential chances of it being very close to kind of a initiation process of something that has happened many years ago, that many consider legends, the legend of Cain. How that is in relation to all of this, we are yet to find out. However, our dear players today have a bit of time to decompress from all the craziness that's happening on the islands. A bit of downtime, if you will. And this is where I kind of give space to our players to roleplay. This is your chance, players, to talk about things, plan out a few things, come to tying up a few loose ends, perhaps between yourselves, more than the story itself. I leave the floor to you.
Just to give us a timeline, when is this after Jeffrey's?
So, you know what?
Seizure?
Let's this is after the seizure. He's been taken off site. Morning has come, so you all go to your respective rooms on the second floor. It's a quite spacious 3-story building here. If you can all give me a rouse check for your awakening.
You die today? Nope.
No?
Hunger.
Tatiana succeeds, and so does Mumbles. Can you just remind me? Okay, so Miles is not doing so well. At Hunger 4.
Well, he did do the ritual, so that did like yesterday, so he makes sense. He's hungry.
All right, Frank, what hunger are we at, my friend?
2.
2. Okay, no.
Because I fed from the crew.
Right, you had a bit of a snack presented to you, a bit of appetizers.
And then there was Cicatrice who was feeding from the girl, and I was like, hello.
Ah, yes, Mumble's friend. Alrighty. So, Miles, the aching hunger strikes at you at the waking of twilight. It's not gone unnoticed. It
Nope.
seems like fresh new snacks are walking about the living room. There are specifically 4 individuals. And Frank, remind me your sister's name again? What was her name that's taking care of you for all this?
Laura.
Right. So Laura took the incentive of labeling them with your names, each and every one of them. So you know which one is yours. It's kind of labeling a cup in an ironic way.
It's like, I'm thinking more like when you go to those parties, maybe this is single, these are taken, these are not. That way.
That's a bit disgusting.
Okay. Question now is how far is Miles is getting better, so all right, and it's just basically just labeled, like there's nothing on them as in terms of like, because he as you know his preference is blood bags, not humans. Or is there blood bags there, or
Blood bags can be found in the fridge, as it was kind of noted the night
Yes.
before.
So I'm going to avoid the person that was given tagged for me. I'm going to just avoid them.
Frank, you know that Laura takes care of her clientele quite well. She leaves you kind of a private note saying if the girls need to satisfy their needs accordingly, they're more than willing to roleplay the situation.
I'm sorry, why the girls especially?
They have specific ways
Ah.
of feeding, if you will.
There's a certain word, but I don't think it should be.
Yes, we all have our
interests. There we go.
predilections, shall we say.
I will simply move on because I don't feed from humans directly as of my style. I'll go to the fridge and do it standard. It's like waking up, for a snack at late at night. You just open up the fridge. You have this kind of moment of, okay, what was I doing? Oh yes, right. Takes a couple of blood packs, and he will feed on 3 blood bags because to put himself to a reasonable amount of hunger, so he's not going to fly into a fit of rage. So yeah, and he feeds them basically like he just pops them open, just squeezes inside. Doesn't like bite into it. He just.
So I think after Mumbles wakes, she's not super hungry. Her mind's more somewhere else. She's thinking about Pieta, and with like, I don't think she's got like a bag as much as kind of like you really know those really big, almost bottomless leather bags that just have the one short strap. And in there, she's got like a bunch of manila folders, some maps. Some of them have names on them, some of them just empty. Some of them she had already sent to her Baron, because he had requested some specific intel. And if you would like later on, I actually typed everything out, so if you would like to read that, I can send that to you.
I would love to read that.
And She basically on the bedroom floor, she's got like maps laid out. She's trying to figure out like, okay, like I'm set up over here, and she's trying to plan basically like some sort of rally or gathering of all the kindred who live in Pietà and basically make a show of, okay, like I'm in charge here now and this is how it's gonna go.
Is her door open, perchance? Mumbles.
It's closed, but it's not locked.
Okay. Alright.
So she's being businessy,
Hmm.
making plans.
I'm gonna knock on the door if that's not an issue with Dawn or anyone else.
You hear like a little bit of rustling, and when you come in, like there's like some folders and paper on the floor, but like on what she did behind the door, like she basically like folded some stuff up
I don't have a
just in
prop.
case.
I wish I had a prop for this, but he's squeezed one of the blood bags he's feeding into a mug. So he comes in with a mug in his hand. Not steaming, it's just cold. He kind of goes, Mumbles. Hope I'm not interrupting business.
I would just like to
He's
add
actually-
that
yeah.
the mug that you have is one of these that you can heat onto a USB kind of mini heater. So that's what you're using. It's kind of nice and warm, keeping the blood from kind of just solidifying into your cup. So yeah, carry on.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I know I'm drinking something, but she is not. It's just because I have a nice marshmallow flavored cider and it's really delicious. So she just kind of looks up and says, morning, sunshine.
Morning, evening, but yes. Wanted to go old school. So, what's with the papers? Planning something out?
Yeah, and she'll kind of like open up back the map because she didn't know who it was at the door. So she basically starts to explain, and she says, well, if I'm to take over, I mean, I will have people in place. And even though I'm not much of a talker, the kindred in Pietà needs to know what's happened and who's in charge now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to reach out to the people now. I doubt you were, knocking on people's doors saying, "Okay, you okay with me taking over?" So
they can either leave, they can die, or they can get the fuck out of my way. It's really up to them.
Well, he kind of looks around to see if there's a seat to take place, but seeing as I don't think there's a chair, he'll just sit on the ground.
She looks behind her, and like on the bed you see there's like a bunch of papers and clothes. Like she's currently like, she's not wearing her suit, like she's just got like a comfy sweater on. She kind of like does that thing where she takes a bunch of folders and just kind of shoves them to the side, and she kind of just points, and
he'll kind of give a shrug and he'll take the offer. And he's wearing just like on the picture, without the vest, like the red shirt, pants. He's just got his socks on. He's not wearing the shoes. So to kind of take a seat. I'm not much one for the normal talking as well, but at least I know a little bit of the politicking around of how to get the people maybe with you.
and that's why I asked you guys to help me out. I don't make any illusions. I'm not a people person.
We know that. I mean, well, there's two in the group who aren't really the people person.
I'm good with other things, and this is why I asked you if you wanted to help me out. Now, I will be honest, and I didn't want to press the issue back then because of a certain specific person. I'm not gonna be a tyrant or whatever, but I went through the effort to take it all over. Like, if you all are against me with what I have planned for the district, It might get a little complicated. Obviously, I respect your views and your standpoints, but I have certain responsibilities to fulfill as well. And if you are, let's say, your moral compass points in a different direction, I think out of all of us, you'd be the most against some of the things that I have planned. So I want to get that out of the way first.
Probably, but
How do you feel about drugs?
I kind of think for a bit. Well, if it was me back in '95, I'd probably arrest you on the spot. But I'm not. So, much as it's a dangerous thing, it does bring profits.
And you know, I'm not just talking about the green.
What you got? You got the white.
I got the whole Christmas tree.
Good old presents are gonna fly down here.
And it will snow. Right. What about horse? Well, it's already here, really. But
It's not an enterprise you can stop. It's gonna pop.
I'm not
It's gonna
just
pop up.
talking about the Marsa roundabout, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Something classy.
Come on, Deck, how street are you, Miles? Because would be some things that you would know, I guess.
How? What his feet?
What's your level of streetwise?
One dot.
Ah, okay then.
He's around the block. He's been. He's not an expert, but he's like I've done my work anyway. Classy.
As it can be.
I mean, have you been to Barterville lately?
If you want, I mean, up to preferences, really. I would say. On that point.
And I am toying, but it is in such a small island. Guns are risky. So for now, just to start off small. Yeah. So if you're good on those two fronts, I don't think we're going to have a problem.
Like I said, if it was me back in the '90s, again, I would have arrested you. Probably got everything here, took you to court. But that's my old life.
And besides, who wouldn't prefer Italians over these fucking serpents on the island, right?
He gives a shrug on that point. Whichever works,
Yes.
right?
They are too cold, too calm. Frosty, like the weather they reside in. No hospitality. But perhaps it is my age betraying me.
Well, it's not like your what's the word? Environment. Your environment is different than what's around you normally. At least here, we of the Maltese culture understand a bit of hospitality here. We are very caring to those around us, usually. Unless you piss off the wrong person.
Right. I remember there was this one. He had come to kill me. And I said, my friend, let's just sit down for a drink first. One of us is gonna die at the end of the night. No need to be impolite. But before I could finish my sentence, he had drawn his gun and fired a shot. Would you like to guess what happened next?
I believe the claws came out. I would imagine.
I took the little shot glass in my hand, and before he could move, I jammed it in his eye. And I told him that next time he wanted to make it personal and come kill me, he'd better bring a good bottle of booze. Didn't see him again after. If you see any one-eyed serfs, you can tell him I said hi.
We'll see. He's gonna kind of look over. He'll kind of look over the map you have, and he kind of says, "Well, in case, in terms of you needing my help on the matters, you know what I'm qualified for
You
and
are.
what I like to do."
And then there's, of course, the matter of the other barons. Big changes. We need to plan and come see them too, and not only about Pieta.
Yeah. Yeah, San Juan as well.
Yeah. But you didn't come here to talk about my schemes and tales of romanticized violence. What's on your mind?
Just worried about yesterday is all. Especially after my little meeting I had.
So remind me, your sire knew what was wrong with Jeffrey.
He
It's some
thinks
sort of blood disease.
he thinks he knows. Well, my sire says if my sire takes a guess in the dark about what I've said, and he took very keen interest, and well, I haven't been dried up, that's probably true. But yes, it's some sort of blood disease that may be connected to the old legends of him.
Something about Lilith.
Something like that, yes. Some old ritual that connects one through blood or something like that.
Well, I know that the Camarilla aren't gonna be too pleased about this. They like to
No.
pretend Cain doesn't exist.
No, they're not a huge fan of that. And seeing as I have reached out to my sire, probably they may get a word of this, unfortunately.
It's concerning.
Yep.
We need to figure out what we're gonna do with him. And as much as I don't like the idea of going behind the Fiend's back, if Jeffrey needs to die, he needs to die. He can't be a danger to us all.
I would agree on that. I'm still curious about what the heck he is. It's just his case is so.
Ah, and that brings us to Tatiana, sire.
He is the real
Go.
problem.
He
He is the
needs
real
to
problem.
die.
Die, Torpor.
I know I say that a lot, but he needs to die. And
Well,
I need to talk with her about this as well. It might help her. Might not.
it's gonna be a hard one to kill. My guess is he's a pretty low generation kindred now.
If we bring enough muscle, fighting one-on-one is one thing, but
Mm-hmm.
already having to face two is better than one.
I need to brush up on my rituals. Maybe there's something I could help out with, but
You do that. It's something we need to talk about soon as well, so unless there is something you wanted to tell me in private, perhaps I'll go get the others and we'll see how we're gonna get out of this mess.
Well, there's another mess we have to take care of course, but that's the rest of them. We have the local church as well.
The what?
The church, well, Second Inquisition, or what's left of them.
You see kind of, I mean, you can see it on my forehead, like she kind of furrows her brow and she's like, it's been quiet.
Too quiet.
It's probably for the best we stay off the grid for a bit. Even someone like Laura, I don't think they would mess that easily with. Perhaps it's for the best we consider our havens compromised.
Unfortunate, but yep.
And for a moment, Mumble's mind kind of goes to that stalker man that like said that he dreamed about her, and she kind of buzzes. I think it's for the best.
Well, he'll kind of stand up. Well, in that case, now that we've discussed a bit on on the matters we have, I'll bring the others so we can discuss our future plans.
Well, not here. We're not having a sleepover.
Oh,
And Mumbles
right.
kind of like starts to gather her files and her maps, and she puts everything in the heavy leather bag, and she kind of pops it into the wardrobe and locks it, takes the key, puts it in her pocket.
Well, let's get going then.
Please, go right ahead.
He'll step out.
Yeah, Mumbles will close the door behind them and walk downstairs, see if she can find either Frank or Tatiana.
So where is Frank and where is Tatiana?
Well, if Frank didn't want to start first. So after waking up, Tatiana finally remembered, after all that mess that happened to her, that she needs to have a new goal. So what she's gonna do is to go. She's gonna go down to the kitchen and check the fridge if maybe by any chance there is raw meat in the fridge.
Okay.
Because she needs something to attract the bird. So that's what she's doing. She's checking the fridge.
You find what you seek, almost as if it was waiting for you. Sealed in this plasticky stretch and seal, clean film. Just there, on a plate.
A silver one, perhaps.
Well, is it a big piece of meat or it's just sealed?
I would say it's somewhere around like a normal sized plate, kind of very similar size to what one would have a plate of pasta in.
Well, so I'd like to take it and cut in a few pieces, let's say 3.
Okay.
And take it with myself, go outside. Go a little bit further to the, forest area or
garden,
field
yeah.
area, whatever. And then I will do and trying to summon some owls. They do live in Malta. I've checked a few species.
Yes. So let's have a look.
Feral Whispers is... I need to
check.
roll manipulation. And animalism? No, I don't think there is a one rouse check. Yes, there is a one rouse check. And yes, I need to roll either manipulation plus animalism or charisma plus animalism to summon the birds.
So, either or is fine with me. Whatever you think makes sense in this moment of what you're trying to achieve, which is summoning these owls. Yeah. So, give me a roll.
Yes, second. Charisma or manipulation. Here it is. Wait. Has to be 3 plus 2. Okay, I'll do it this tricky way. Let me roll it just separately, probably animalism and charisma, if I can.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're trying to lure animals through you.
So, oh. No?
Are you rolling on roll 20?
Yeah. Wait,
So-
why it doesn't work? Doesn't make sense. I need to roll 5, so can I just roll
You
5?
press animal
So-
can and then you put your second attribute.
There you go.
It's a
Yeah,
bit
I'm trying-
different, I think, from the usual.
Wait, why? Why it looks away? Okay, what I'm gonna do is I roll one of my how you call this? I forgot. One of my skills, which has 2 points, because I have 2 points in animalism, because it would be easier for me, okay? So there will be the same dices. So, well, I roll melee plus charisma, which will be 5 dices. That would be the same amount of dices if I roll it with animalism, okay?
All right, it's just for the size of the dice.
Yeah,
dice
because
pool,
I'm
yeah.
Right.
really...
No worries.
So what would be the difficulty?
So for an owl, difficulty would be 5.
5?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now I rolled. Yes, good. 4 out of 5.
Oh.
All right. Would you like to use your will to re-roll that one to see if you get it?
Well, so I definitely not gonna get anything with 4 out of 5. Well, okay.
Sure.
So let me roll just 1 then. So I'm... Oh, fuck. So no, it's just...
So unfortunately,
4 out of 5.
as much as you do your efforts, unfortunately you attract none.
Can I ask why it was so difficult in this case?
You're in Meliha. Owls in Meliha are scarce,
Mm-hmm.
so that's the reason.
Even my cap with Malta owl will not help me. Such a
I
shame.
have a bit of an idea that I may use if I'm allowed to interject.
Perhaps in the future.
Your while you failed to summon the owl, you have resummoned your old little friend, the bat.
Bat? Oh, I didn't expect her to find me here because, well, it was in Mumble's place, so I didn't expect her to come here. But well, if she wants,
yeah, it seems to have followed you here, so that seems to appear for you. Although it does look a bit disappointed that you have meat and not fruit.
yes, I remember that it was a fruit bat, so it doesn't eat meat actually. So I'm just inviting her to sit in my, well, shoulder. And then I will try to find a snack for you. Just come in here. I'm inviting to sit in my shoulder.
Yep, it's pretty much like my plushie is on my shoulder, it is on you.
So I'm coming back to the kitchen, and if I can't find any fruits, like in a place which I can see, I will ask someone of people who stay here, who vampires, whatever, if there are any fruits by any chance here.
Before you actually do that, you do notice the garden has oranges hanging from the trees. So you have a bit of oranges, a bit of lemons, which is populating the tree. So that is an option if you want.
So I'm just pointing at oranges, at lemons, and asking which one.
It kind of takes interest into the orange, something sweet. So
Apparently.
it flies
Yeah, so I'm
over
taking it. Oh, okay.
and it kind of
I just
sinks.
wanted to peel it off by myself and
Yeah, you
offer
can.
it to
No
her.
worries. So it kind of starts trying to suck its way through one of the oranges hanging. However, you decide to take an orange and peel it for ease, as it struggles to kind of, hold the orange as it hangs upside down. You gesture towards it, call it over, and point out in your hands that you have freshly peeled orange. Obviously, it being very familiar to you, and decides to fly over and actually starts with its two claws. It kind of holds it and it's nibbling away at the thing very cutely.
Okay, I'm just enjoying the sweet show, and after she will finish it, I would offer another small snack for her, which would be my blood, of course.
It suckles with ease. It takes interest to its new mother.
Okay, so well, that's what I do.
All right.
And I'm asking her to stay. Like, I don't know if we should roleplay this because I'm just describing what I do. So just what would be your new name? I'm asking her. I think it's her.
She looks very curiously at you with these beady eyes. You've never seen anything cuter in your life. In this moment in specific. Although you know very well this thing can turn vicious at your command. It kind of looks up at you, and it lets you know that it doesn't have a name. A name is uncommon to be given to wild animals.
Well, how about I would call you Mishka, and you will call me Tatiana. So we know each other how to, you know how to call me. I know how to call you, Mishka.
It tilts its head as it grabs one of the peels of oranges and starts nibbling slowly at it. And then pauses. And it looks at you and goes like, Mushka. I like Mushka. I am Mushka.
Oh, I have a new pet. So yes, that's what I'm doing basically for a while, I guess, while the others are talking and, doing this political shit. I have a new pet.
Alright. Frank, where are you?
Frank would have fled from one of the designated targets. And I think I'll go next to Tatiana, to be fair. I need some fresh air. So I guess I'll be observing her from afar and then playing with the bat and the fruits. And then I'll just be like, how are you doing tonight?
So I'd say I did notice you because I was very obsessed with my new pet, so you just can...
And Frank, to be fair, he's doing it very unobtrusively, very slowly, because it's not his domain at all, and even if it were, but, like he gives you your space and then kind of gestures or makes his presence known, and only then will he just go and ask, how are you doing?
Oh, Frank, I did notice you. I've met my new friend. Well, It's Mishka. Mishka. It's Frank. Frank is a good guy. My friend. This is a fruit bat. They're so cute. There are lots of them in Malta.
Yes, bats are populated. Owls, on the other hand, and other birds of prey, you'll have to know where to look. I have a couple of contacts, if you like. They do falconry and stuff.
Maybe later, because now we have
Yeah,
bigger issues to deal with. But thank you.
welcome.
Fruit bats are so cute. I mean, I used to have a lot of familiars like kestrels, you see, and another one before, but fruit bats, I never seen them in Crimea. So,
I have a friend of mine who did a PhD on fruit bats, but maybe I'll introduce you to him later.
should we find the others, actually?
Should we?
Yeah.
I thought maybe we could discuss some things.
Others. So, I guess we will try to find Mumbles. Well, and Miles, of course. Well, let's say we'll go to their rooms.
Before whilst we're doing it, just ask her, like, what shall we do with Jeffrey,
Is Jeffrey?
the butler, your new brother?
Well, brother. I mean, there's definitely something wrong with him. It's not really brother, maybe. A very far relative, I would say, but I actually love the idea of giving him to Miles Sire, because probably he can solve this issue well. And well, most importantly, that we need to track down my sire, interrogate him, and probably some of us would like to finish him, I guess. Well, let's see and firstly try to track him down, because this is the most...
We need his location, yes. We can
Well,
also track him down during the day if we have,
during the day.
agents. Think about it.
Well, I only have one sweet angel
I know.
agent here, but I don't think it can do some very hard stuff,
That's very interesting.
About Jeffrey, by the way.
Jeffrey?
What's your opinion?
I think we should put him in torpor. A bit like Sebastian, really. And don't only do it in torpor because I don't know what the others are thinking.
That makes sense, because if something wrong, another wrong thing will happen to him, he might become dangerous. So yeah, that's actually reasonable. I don't know what Athena's gonna think about it, but we'll see.
Indeed.
So we are approaching the room of Mumbles, let's say.
I guess maybe like they meet each other like halfway
I was
down the
thinking about the
stairs.
same.
Alright. So you all meet in the common area.
Right. So, to address the elephant in the room, what are your feelings on what to do with Jeffrey? Not thinking about what Athena would like or want, because it might not be up to her.
We agreed on torpor until authorization. But torpor is... We'll have to move him. That's a good idea. We have the manpower to do it here. If he moves in the morning in a casket, it will be taken care of.
To what end, though?
So he'll stay in torpor. We can bury him under, I don't know, concrete or sand or drown him in the sea. Or we can destroy him. I mean, it was always an option. Not sure. We can also give him to Miles' sire. Did you have any other ideas?
First, Mom was gonna look to Tatiana, and she's like waiting for her to speak her mind.
Well, we didn't discuss destroying him, Frank, but I just said that it could be reasonable to put him in torpor in case he will become dangerous. But, I mean, it doesn't feel like to be urgent right now, but honestly,
That's debatable.
giving him to Miles' sire, well, sounds very reasonable because who else can investigate what happened to him unless someone who's very proficient in occultism and, stuff like that. So I would vote for giving him to the sire, but I guess Athena won't like to do that. So we might have to persuade her. But, well, firstly, what do you both think?
Do you think you can? Someone of us could persuade her.
Well, he either dies or he's got a chance to get rid of whatever's ailing him.
Exactly.
I
And
agree.
then there's, of course, Jeffrey's own wish as well. But what I do want to put out there is that if he becomes a threat to the Masquerade, a threat that we cannot clean up. Yeah, and she kind of like shakes her head and she says, the thought of killing the old man doesn't bring me any joy, but I will do it if I think it is for the best.
Guess we could have to check on his. We have to see how his condition turns up.
Well, you're
That's
the
my
ones who are in charge and in control of this masquerade. So it's to you. I
Well,
never give
so
a shit
far,
about it, so
look, if we go by technicality standards, so far the only masquerade he's breached is that he took someone's life, but that was within controlled area, so he is
And
fine
no,
for now.
in no small part to, I think Red was the name that we used, right? Like, yeah.
Hmm.
Right, so we have a nice little sit down. I've got a couple of things I want to talk about, but I don't want to take it all over. Why don't one of you tell me about what you're thinking? Tell us what we're thinking. We've been through a lot. We need to get our ducks in a row, as the expression goes.
we need to get rid of all of the threats that we have right now. That is the scene. I mean, my sire, of course, Mikhail. Need to track him down to interrogate. Yes, actually, this is the second option. What we can try to do with Jeffrey. Try to catch Mikhail to interrogate him. To find out what happened to Jeffrey. Then to know how to fix it, if you want to fix it, and not just get rid of Jeffrey. And I think that's it. This is the most of the problem that we have right now.
There's also the issue with the Malkavians who are being kidnapped and the Bruja who are in league with your sire.
Fair enough, but let's be honest. The most of the troubles that we are into right now is because of the Mikhail. So he's kind of the
Yes, no, I'm not disagreeing with you on that, but what I mean to say is
biggest pain in the ass is
it is, but we need to identify these threats because these threats are interlinked. So,
well,
and then again, you have the option to take down. How much was it, Miles? 9 Bruja? The biker gang that are so clustered together like a pack. I think it was something
I
on those
believe it was
lines.
9 or 8. I have to recall.
That's a lot of manpower.
Let me think about for a moment. Hey Don, because I'm a little. Because I mean, I think the others. I mean, I don't know who was longest here, but since Miles has a bit of a reputation, could you maybe maybe think a bit like how much does the Bruja gang usually consist of people? Like what manpower do they have at their disposable usually?
We've seen them.
We've seen them, but I'm thinking like if there's anything else they have.
Mm.
Don. Okay, right. Sorry. The god is currently busy with little god. Sorry,
Little ghoul.
goddess. Little ghoul.
You should hear her. She's a storyteller in the making. So
I mean, she took it from someone. Oh.
So yeah, sorry about that. She wanted me to undo this from one of her puppet soft toys. So let us see. Can we go with a roll for this to see how much Miles
course.
actually knows?
Yeah.
And how much Frank knows, because, I mean, I've
Sure.
been here around from the 80s, so I'll help you.
So can we go with politics intelligence, both of you, please?
Yes.
Difficulty
Could I?
of yes. Is there a suggestion?
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead. And I'll tell you.
No, with a difficulty of 4.
Could I? So I have status known. I don't know if that will help me out.
Not in this one.
No,
I don't think so. No. All right. Okay.
I think that's more of
If people know you, yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair. So that's 4 dice.
Same.
So all successes.
good luck.
You have 3 successes. I'll reroll the other one. Oh, I have 4, but 1 willpower spent. It's my entire dice pool, man.
Only 2, unfortunately.
But it's okay. So Miles,
I got
what you know about the Bruja clan is very much the obvious.
Yeah.
The Bruja clan, which are in this scenario locally, is they are Bruja only clan, right? They don't mix, they don't mingle with other kindred. Within their ranks, they're very proud of this, and their territory is mainly Rabat, and from time to time they've tried to take over the St. Paul's and Bujuba area and Aura. However, more than territory to claim, it's more on a business basis situation. But however, they have control over Rabat for sure. So Rabat and Medina is their kind of place, Dinglio also. So that's as much as you know. Number-wise, you have an idea that they usually go around the whole 12 or 13 in their clan. They try to keep it at 13 as much as possible, even if it means that if they lose one of their own, they usually, shortly after, immediately put one of their prospects to turn kindred. So they're a biker gang, usually, that kind of wear the jackets of jokers. Frank, however, knows a bit more than this. Frank knows that they usually deal excessively when it comes to foreign affairs with the British. They use their biker status to obviously intimidate as much as possible. However, the clan leader was ex Hell's Angels, who he still keeps connections with, and that's where the connection with the UK is with these guys. There's a bit of American history with them as well, and Irish. However, because of historical standards in Malta, it's the British that they mainly shake hands with when it comes to this stuff, and they deal mostly with kind of the Londoner kind of people to get whatever quick drug they can pass around, perhaps even firearms from time to time and such.
So with all this in mind, and knowing that, I mean, I don't know what Mumbles said to Miles, but, you know, Mafia, they have their business interests. So it is logical to assume that there's going to be a competition of sorts.
Exactly.
So I will
player knowledge wise, yes, that's kind of where you go with, yeah.
Humble consigliere mode and be like, and then I as a player also know that they were dealing with the whole crystal meth vampire serum, so it's like it's in there, you know, if you like.
Well, Miles would know that as well. Miles would know because he had that case. There were people like that mentioned when lunatic Luno guy the skin was being used as crystals. I think the bike again connection with that.
Yeah. No, we know that it was somewhere in Floriana.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You said it's done somewhere near Bombay. That's where the photos were taken.
Oh, the dealings, you mean?
We found the photo with the Malkavian being tortured.
Yes. So that was in a warehouse next to Bipil Bombay. Yeah, there's kind of just outside of the Floriana fort walls. So there is a warehouse there. That's where the photos were taken. Yep, and that's where usually they would conduct their interview skills, if you will.
So, Buster, God.
And I divulged this to the party, and I say like, and they've been always at the competition with us, and they like to pull rank, and they like to show in numbers. They have their own tactics. They also do not like to mingle, and that's interesting because they will have a limited skill set. However, I also know that Carlos can sense people who are like me and Mumbles. They can obfuscate. And we know that they are linked.
With what? With this whole sunscreen project thing?
Definitely.
Yes, they were the ones who were torturing the Malkavian, who, well, is the only one so far as you know that has the sunscreen phenomenon, which the church took a very keen interest towards because it makes money.
It is an issue we have to get to, but I do take what you're saying seriously, Frank. I don't think them is a threat that we want to tangle with just yet, because this beautifully, I might add, brings me to my next point. We need to have a little sit down with the rest of the parents. It's been, what, 2 nights? Mark's free. Mark's in ashes. Custody of the Camarilla, he's probably dead. There is our dear late Baron, also in ashes. We've got 2 places to fill. And we need to make a good impression. We need a plan. We need a good plan. We need to show our strength, the fact that we are working together, the fact that we cannot be put against each other. And she like carefully looks at each one of you. We can't fuck this up. This, to me, is important. If we have the blessings of the other barons, dealing with these Bruja will become quite easier.
Mm.
Would I know who the other
I was
barons are?
actually gonna tell you, Frank. Can you roll me a politics and resolve really quickly?
And- Intelligence.
Where the fuck is something?
I have 2 successes.
So you do know, as barons go locally, there are Bruja is part of the Seds clan that has their own baron and their own territory, so that is going to be quite awkward for the situation. Just gonna put it out there. Obviously, Mombas is representing the Pietà section now, I would imagine. Laura has always been not a baron, but has always been given the territory of Meliha. So Meliha and Chirkewa and
Bujiba?
Baharicha. Bujiba is a no man's land for clans. No one
Okay.
really has taken interest in that section for whatever reason.
Okay, no worries. I'm
We
thinking
can-
Bujiba, by the way, because the first session our hotel was in Bujiba, so I thought maybe she had clout over there too, but okay.
I'm not sure.
Out of character, we can totally mafia free this shit. If you know this game. So basically,
Russell over take over the territories.
you've got your gang, and each member of the gang has like a particular territory that they guard over, but you're still part of one coalition.
Curious question, Don. Like, maybe a knowledge will be required. Who controls Msida, Baron wise, or is it
That would be Pietà, Msida and Pietà are like close.
Msida, Pietà, and
Yeah,
Zira falls under Mombas now, technically.
Okay, all right, cool. Because so Mal says, well, the good thing with San Juan is close to Msida, so
You have a
it
lot
would
of
be-
territories which are not claimed per se, either for no interest reasons. So basically, it's just like there's no power to gain over these sections, no benefit whatsoever. If anyone was to claim it for just saying, "Listen, I have more territory than you," is kind of where they put the numbers on it. Hamrun is one of those places, in fact. So yeah, you have one particular baron who doesn't like to associate with other kindred. In fact, they like to stay away from kind of these kind of things in politics as much as possible. And he doesn't mingle much. So, Frank, you know him as Joseph or Joey.
Joey.
As funny as that is, he is the person who takes care of the neglected areas of Hazebuch, and areas connected to those sections. So it's basically territory.
Hazebuch or me.
Yeah, so sections that basically have not been of any interest to anyone.
And would I know his clan?
He is. Let me just. So. Let me just bring up my notes. Mana. So, he resides with the Toreador clan.
Okay.
Specifically. Although his right hand and his left hand, so to speak, are both, one is Tremere and the other one is Venture. That's what you...
Oh, that's very high clan, Ostia. Okay.
Does Miles know of Joey? Out of curiosity, but don't.
You know of him. You've never crossed paths with him. Same as Frank.
Alright.
They don't usually cross paths with anyone much, unless you're in their territory specifically. They don't cross over. They kind of stick to their zones, and they deal very much with local matters that are. Each one has their own kind of responsibility, so to speak. So one deals with the business sector, the other one deals with property, and the other one deals with kind of like the other stuff.
Okay.
So there isn't really much in regards to other barons, really.
It's a small
There
island,
is
so not really.
That's
4,
good.
3 outside of, I think, it's 3 now because it's Laura, Joey, and the Bruja.
And yeah,
Right?
Right. So
Those
we
3.
should make.
Those are the 3 left ones.
Someone has to take over the area that the former Gregory was Baron of.
Well, why not us? I mean, it's close from Tita Pietas, so I doubt that would cause an issue.
Remind me, who was Gregory again, and how did he? What happened?
Gregory was your
Baron of
Baron.
Slema.
Our Baron.
Yeah, but that's ours now. By
Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So it's
So
so
it's
Mumbles is
unclaimed.
That was
unclaimed.
it's unclaimed at the moment. Laura's the one who kind of was discussing like 2-3 episodes ago about who's going to be
Yeah.
taking that.
We're going to be taking it, and as far and I believe we were going to go, and I think we punted it towards. We'll do it.
yeah. So Mumbles is kind of cross her arms and nodding approval. So it's good. It means our territories are touching. That's good.
And also, since we're in, I want. Is it good graces a term with the camera? Not good graces. Mutual understanding, for now.
For now, they'll sit pretty until the Inquisition strikes again.
Yep. So if we avoid the Inquisition for now, Camera will be busy with them. We can
Hopefully.
focus on bulwarking Pietà at least, Msida, San Juan.
I threw them a pretty big bone as well. So
Nice. So that'll keep them off our backs for now. So we can focus on outside of taking care of the current issues we have, we can maybe start communicating with the barons that, hey, we'll have to sit down and we are going to be and discuss with them in regards to the territories that haven't been claimed yet. At least the ones close to our area.
not maybe even specifically about the territories, more about what we're going to do about the Inquisition. But that is long-term stuff.
Yeah.
In the same spirit, though, we need to make sure that the kindred who live in our territories are also seen and taken care of. Because when a change of power happens, which I am undoubtedly aware that that you are also aware of, and she looks at the Malkavian of the coterie. It makes
Name is
people, yeah, it makes people antsy, unpredictable. We need them to know that either nothing is going to change or things will change and they have to deal with it.
In terms of St. Julian's area, Don, I know that there was Paul and there's Marta the Toreador. Are there any other kindred that are like they keep to themselves, but we need to kind of send them a memo?
I mean, important kindred, not that much, so to speak. So yeah, a lot of kindred that run around here, locally on the island, are usually either passerbys. They either are here just on a short-term basis. So no one really is of note and importance, so to speak.
All right.
I was dealing with Paul about that whole matter with the Masquerade breach, so I'll close that as well. And I guess I'll have to tell him that we're the new management.
I'll see if I can maybe check around with at least the San Juan area that Gregory used, since I was, well, should we say lawman, taking care of the Masquerade, making sure everything's okay. Maybe I can see I can reach out to the kindred that I at least know in that section, make them aware that new management has come to the Gregory's passing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same thing I'm asking. So as far as I know, there was only two need to advise, unless the others are like newcomers or passerbys.
Yeah.
I can
It
at least take
doesn't-
care of that.
It doesn't need to be a big deal.
Well, just
But-
mention, hey, new management's in town. Everything's gonna stay the same mostly, so we'll keep you informed.
Fantastic. Anything else on our to-do list?
I guess we need to see where we need to. This is where Tatiana Sayer comes back again to the question, because we do not know what happened with Venetia. Sorry, Venetia, Madonna. Sorry, I had a boomer moment. With Intercontinental.
Ah.
And we do not know what happened with other areas. Like there's Athena's Haven, there's my former club. Is he residing there? Has it been taken over by the Bruja? They were always keen to.
Let me quickly check some news sites just to make sure there's no trouble. I'm gonna check like any local news, not local news, like the Maltese news. Like, has there been any like accidental headlines or anything that like eye-catching in regards to the areas we know of, and like any problems and stuff?
Thanked killer on the loose.
Yeah, crazy killer, Intercontinental on fire. Apartments under shooting. Can you do like a quick, like, I don't know,
People
internet
with
search
no
of that, Dawn?
People with no reflection? Question mark?
Yeah. Oh no, that'd be bad. So Don, could I do that, or
Yeah. So,
you tell me?
Edward Cullen, or simply covered in glitter. Who can tell?
investigation and intelligence, if you will, please.
Ooh,
Nice.
The best stat for
Now we're
well,
talking, brother.
6 dice.
Now you speak my language.
The language is fucking. All right, let's make the roll.
6 dice, innit?
How many sixes? Yeah, 6. How many successes do I need to get?
Just give me a roll. For every different
Okay.
success, I have a different answer. Don't worry.
I have 3.
Got you. Okay, I'm going to willpower. Terrible roll I made. All right, I got 4. And that's just like on my willpower as well.
So Frank has 3 and Miles has 4. Is
Mm-hmm.
that correct? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So as you kind of scroll through your laptops, mobiles, or whatever for any particular news that you are kind of trying to identify that might be related to anything that's may have happened, Frank, you do find that there is an article on the national news of Malta and the Times specifically about a potential fire that may have happened caused in a resident home, and the resident from the picture is very clearly the one of Athena's residence. So that's definitely one of the things. Miles, with a 3, you do find that a... Sorry, oh right, with a 4, hold on.
3 is what Frank
So
got.
it's the other way around then, sorry, I was reading.
Okay.
So That's what you found, Miles,
Mhm.
about the residence. The 3 one is nothing really sticks out in the news as in relation to what you guys are going through. However, Frank, something of interest to you specifically is that investors are shocked, and there has been a bit of talk about some incidents in relation to the Intercontinental that puts shareholders in question as to what they might be up to due to a recent bomb threat. Some investors even have been questioning, others have been, it seems, according to whatever the tabloid is saying, that some investors even pulled out because of this.
That's not good, is it? And I will
Nothing
put on my ventro cap on, which I don't have, I know.
business hat.
Yes. I have 5 dice again. And I need to see what to do about it.
Quick question, Dawn. Actually, you know, I'm gonna ask this as a group.
No successes.
So I'm gonna ask everyone.
Mm-hmm.
In relation actually to Mika, I mean, we've seen his form as far as you know, right? In terms of what he would look like in animal mode. Do you think maybe I could maybe, I don't know, like either I either Iconics or I do this myself since we now have the high tech gear. See maybe if any cameras have picked him up.
Wait, are you asking about his animal or humanoid form?
Yeah, what he looks like. Yeah, when he turns or does his
I
Bruja.
think we've seen
Bruja,
him,
sorry, Gangrel.
so I've definitely seen him, but I think you too, so we can have his description for sure.
So maybe I could, because now we have high tech gear here at this place. Maybe I could try and check like any like cameras, like nighttime cameras. Maybe do a quick scour of the internet to see if maybe we could
As
catch him.
at
See where he.
Ramir, do you know one of your tricky rituals which can help to track someone down?
I wish I could.
I'd like
Unfortunately,
to. I'd like to
I'm
remind
not the
you.
specialist there.
I'd like to remind you as well that my family is out looking for him as well.
That's also good.
Do we
But,
have an update, maybe?
More eyes, the better, right?
For sure. She's actually, as they've been having this conversation, like she's probably been down, like looking to the coterie and then on her phone, like she's trying to get this meeting with the kindred sorted, and she's trying to get an update on the kindred and I can't pronounce his name. And it was something about scars, and it was really cool.
Cicatrice, yeah. Cicatrice.
And
I'll
to
also
see
ask.
if he's got an
Sorry.
update
So,
since it's been a night.
so if you do message him about an update, he quickly responds that there has been no such luck.
Okay. Yeah, so she will say no updates yet, but if he's as powerful as we believe, he's also not stupid. It will take a bit to find him. In fact, I would be more concerned if we had found him immediately. It would mean that he'd lead us into a trap.
Yep. So, should I do that search then, at least?
By all
Want me to
means.
try? Alright. Don, I like to check out, I like to do some technological chicanery to see if I
Sure.
can maybe see if I can catch
Roll
him in
for
the
it.
form. So, what do you.
You're
Technology for sure, but what's that?
So I think
Wits
we're
or
looking at
intelligence?
we're working with wits.
Wits. And what difficulty?
It would be a 3.
So I have a 50% chance of doing this. Well, yeah, whatever. Yeah, my rolls are not coming in today. Another willpower to be spent.
Oh, good lord!
That's already 2.
Yep.
I
don't know, my
spent
dice
one for
are
the record.
being cruel. All right. Well, just 3. So, actually, no. Hold up. Hold on. I have 2 10s. I just realized.
Hey,
All right.
So that's actually 5. So that's 5 successes.
there you go.
I don't think I have the burn level. Whatever. 5 successes is better than 3.
Right.
Definitely.
It's been a while, guys. It's been a while since I played.
No worries.
So as you boot up the software, and multiple little screens pop up, and go through your search, it picks up cameras that you didn't even know that you could pick up, like home security cameras, for example, is one of the things you have access to, and other means. As you kind of put in the relevant searches and you're kind of looking for specifics, as you go along, the software aids you. It's kind of made purposely for tracking down either kindreds like or other kind of unnormal that is a normal lack of words happenings.
Unorthodox. Unorthodox.
Yeah, and weirdly enough, you do come across a semi-transformation, kind of towards like the end of it, as you see this individual pass in front and kind of lean onto its all fours as it goes into like this big dog kind of transformation and hurries off as it picks it up from another camera down perhaps the street, and it's rushing in a specific direction. As you pick up the IP addresses, you notice that roughly it is in the locations of the St. Julian's San Juan area. He's towards
Are they far?
he's towards the more private residentials. Almost.
Okay.
I would say it's kind of like the crossover where there is St. Julian's and Pembroke, I would say, kind of.
Okay. Okay, so what do you guys? I mean, maybe we're in the same
Sweet.
area where the tech stuff is. Yeah, and you guys kind of see as Miles doing his work, he's going, man, this is some good stuff they got here. Gotta say, Frank, Laura definitely spends her money well. Oh, hold on, gotcha. And you hear him like clicking something. All right, recording. Where are you going?
Go on, Miles. Something about Laura.
No, he spends her money well, you know? One moment. I got the guy. I'm going to like play. I'm going to freeze frame like before mid transformation. Hey, this him? Point to
Is it him?
Mil- I don't know. Is it this is
I'm
him? Because
just-
I don't
No,
know.
I'm asking Don
Yeah,
if
yeah.
it's okay. So
You
I'm just
recognize him.
silently nodding.
All right. So then he continues. All right. So checking the IPs.
How
looks
long
like
time
he's-
ago it was?
24 hours
Good
ago.
question.
24 hours.
Very
Would we
recent.
know the whereabouts in St. Julian's where it is?
It's like more like the Sweetie area, I guess it would be. Like the Pembroke Sweetie area.
But
Okay,
it's like
residential.
residential area, right? Not.
Heavily residential, yes.
Okay. Could I see if we could pull up like those resonance and like see if there's any anywhere that's like maybe abandoned or conspicuous?
Well, I definitely know one thing that he can hide in the earth.
This is a happy smile, okay?
Welcome.
I mean, if he wants to hide, it would be impossible to find him in a way that he can melt with the earth. He was trying
Melt
to
with the-
teach me this. This is one of our abilities. Like, if you want, you can become the earth. Like, you melt with this, and it's impossible to find you. I mean, you do not need to find a house. You don't need to find a shelter in the day, you know. smelt with the earth.
Smell the earth.
That what
So
he can do. So I was hiding in abandoned this not house, I forgot. Hotel
Apartment?
before
Hotel.
because well, I was trying to hide somewhere and that was my best choice. But he can do it well anywhere where there is just an earth with the dirt,
Still though, if I
So
was
yeah, well, we
that
can try, but it's just something you should know that he can
yes,
disappear in a moment.
it's pretty good
But
information. I mean,
there is a
if
good thing about this that everything that he have at his body, I mean clothes, bags, whatever, will stay in the ground. So if we'll find his stuff, his clothes somewhere, probably nearby, he's hiding in the earth. This is a thing to know.
all right. Well,
He
let me
will
see about at least.
also most likely pick an area that is not close to any construction because he would not risk the vibrations of the machinery
That's
unearthing
a
Yeah.
good
him.
point.
So let's go with at least maybe some abandoned areas. So it doesn't. I imagine he wants to be somewhere quiet.
She'll text the guys as well, to that she knows his location, starting 24 hours ago, and that they should probably cover a bit more that area than wherever they are currently.
And maybe stop digging somewhere.
Well, they'll probably have couples with them. All right. Let me see about any known abandoned residents there. I mean,
But still,
like,
it's quite a success. I was thinking he's disappeared in the air.
well, when you have
He's
attack a guy who thinks tech is good and the best equipment on probably Malta, you can make magic a thing.
he doesn't want to go too far from you, Tatiana. But he also doesn't want to stay too close.
Well, anyway,
Hmm.
we'll have to one day to stay very close to us. One night.
So, Don.
As you keep tracking him,
Mm-hmm.
he there it's proving hard because he seems to be kind of one with the shadows. You kind of just notice these pixel movements that kind of like trained eye of yours would have to kind of
Well,
keep it going.
black and aspects also, I would imagine.
All of a sudden, he kind of takes this weird corner turn into this abandoned, half-constructed building. It's a shell.
Interesting. But he goes in, but we don't see him again.
Exactly. It's a blind spot for the cameras here.
Well, I'm gonna pull up that abandoned building, like just to check information on it.
It's
Maybe
a
records.
no. It's a public. It's one of these private constructions.
Mm-hmm.
One of these, newly established 4-story flats. That's previously was a standalone house, old, tore down, and it's being replaced. Nothing of interest. You do find who actually owns the projects, who's running it, and kind of what they're selling at. You do find a couple of them already being sold on plan. So that's pretty much the info you get.
Any I mean, this is not gonna matter much, but are any of the people who are kind of selling it anyone that's like knownly, like at least as far as I know, connected to like any kindred or individual that type, or is it just standard mortal like realtors?
Just mortal realtors, no kindreds.
Okay, no kindred. All right.
Although, on the side
Mhm.
screen, as you're kind of, I would imagine you have like a split screen
Yeah.
situation. All
Stream,
of a sudden, you just see a hooded figure run out as fast as they can, trying to keep their face hidden and with the shadows. And almost like in half a second later, this dog kind like big dog that you've seen earlier kind of chase after this figure.
Hmm.
Norman,
Does
by
it
any
look?
chance?
I'm going to look at Mumbles. I'm gonna freeze frame like. I'm gonna check like I'm gonna like frame by frame check like how fast this guy was. Does like and I kind of look at her. Does this look similar to what you do?
Well,
Well,
if he was that fast, you would not see anything on the camera but a blur of pixels. But I'll have a look. Play it.
I give it. I play it as a frame by frame, like it's a frame shot instead of like
Yeah.
normal speed.
So, does it look like any of them are running with celerity or
No.
no?
Okay.
And just by kind of the frame of the hooded figure, like I know that Norman is abnormally tall. I think I remember correctly. Does it look like it might be him?
You recognize the hoodie. You recognize the outfit.
That's Norman. Fuck.
Ah, shit. He's probably just using the cam. His probably computers can't detect his face. Right. Yes, I forgot to. Nos could do that. All right. Let
Do
me see
you
if
have
I can
his
track him down.
number? Any one of us? Do we have his number?
I
Can
have
we
his
call him
number.
now?
Well, we're not
I'll
gonna
give
call
him-
him because if he's hiding,
Oh,
we're
no,
gonna
you
give his
can't.
position away.
Yeah. So we'll wait. Can't send him anything.
Again, remember,
Let's see if I can
you're
track
looking at not live footage. You're looking
Yeah,
at
it's 24 hours
24
ago.
hours.
24 hours. Did I
I mean,
see if I could
I
track?
think he either run away from him in these 24 hours, either he's dead already, truly dead, so...
I mean, if your sire is very, very strong to make the kind of kindred that Jeffrey is right now, we can expect Norman's chances are either dead or torpor. Can I try to track down the cameras? Let's see if I can track where they're running.
You somehow track down his phone. I mean, with his location, stuff like this.
Let me do the phone. Let me do the camera because the camera stuff would be easier than tracking the phone. Especially knowing
Okay.
Norman, he probably doesn't carry. I mean, he carries devices, but
He probably
knows
uses
how to-
burner phones because even if
Yeah.
Mumbles would try to call the number that she's previously she'll try it, but she'll doubt that he would actually pick up.
Hmm.
So she'll try while
Miles is doing his tech savviness that he
So-
has
Yeah.
somehow.
Norman being Norman, obviously, he did take a turning to where there are street cameras, but then the next turning he takes is a blind spot for cameras. So, location-wise, he was kind of trying to find a populated area, from it seems, from the streets. Kind of, if you take the notion of it, so he's most likely trying to head into the Parcheville section of St. Julian's to
Yeah.
you know, so he kind of puts pressure on the chase,
Mm-hmm.
or discourages it at least.
Yeah, because you don't want them to beat, but I doubt that the. All right, and wasn't able to do it as far as I could see, or I'm not sure because
As
of the camera.
you kind of try to find other footages of you lose track of where these guys are at this point. Like, you try to flip over different footages from different cameras from similar locations, maybe skipping through time, trying to find where they might have turned and all that. It results to nothing.
All right. Okay. All right. Mumbles is trying to give him a ring, I believe.
she doubts that he's gonna pick up on the latest number that she managed to use, but she'll try anyway, just in case.
So you dial the number.
Yeah.
And you get the automation answering, like, this number is not available at the moment. Please try again later.
Yeah, she just no. She shakes her head.
Norman's unreachable. Let me check that number. Let me see if I could find it. Could I try to track the number?
Yeah,
Maybe
definitely.
where its location. I'll do that. Roll again.
Yes, please.
Or no.
Technology and resolve.
Resolve. Ooh, one less die. Successes. How much I need?
You need 3.
How much dice do you have?
5 now.
Ah, okay.
I have a technology of 2, so Miles is very
good.
tech savvy. Yeah, Miles took the opposite approach of how Cameron deal with stuff. Technology is your best friend in the modern day.
And the reason why you're going with resolve is simply because pink towers in Malta are finicky and they're not accurate.
Yeah.
So
So it's mostly like
if you're trying to narrow it
determination.
down, yeah.
It's a lot of determination and time wasting. All right, I got just 3 successes.
With
luckily.
with just 3,
Mm-hmm.
you're trying to pinpoint the number's last location.
Mm-hmm.
The live location, not on the map. As you go through the history of live, as you go through the history of its last scene on the map, you do realize he is in the St. Julian's area, down at the bay. You know the bay, very close to the club that you and Frank and Paul were at.
Okay.
And it was just there the last time.
Just the last time.
That was on.
24 hours ago, perchance, or what's the time?
It, give or take, it was a few hours before sunrise.
Of yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I kind of relayed this. All right. So he's probably in the Bay Area, it seems. Well, him or whoever had his phone. But the phone is out, so it was turned off or destroyed.
Yeah, I told my guys to turn their search in that area.
So
That's already a big help.
So we can expect that then either he's dead
No, he's
or
hiding.
or hiding in Bay.
Considering he's a Nosferatu, I'd think it's the latter.
And also, guess what, Frank? It's in the area where we had Paul, that club, that club night we had, the foreigner case.
Yes. What happened to that guy, by the way? Don't, because Laura had him, right?
Which guy?
Alex or something.
Oh, yeah.
We keep tabs, man. We keep tabs.
I believe he is.
He's with Laura. Ma, what's she doing with him? I laugh. He's the one, yes, I fed from the kid and it's dead.
Yep.
First session, ladies and gentlemen.
He was actually deported last you checked.
Okay. Any limbs missing?
No.
No? Okay.
Right.
Okay, that's a shame, but okay.
So, he's in the resident. So, we know that our serial killer slash murderer gangrel is currently either residing somewhere in the residential district of St. Julian San Juan. Unsure on that case. Probably an abandoned building. Let's be fair. Maybe hiding in the earth itself, as apologies for all the names. As Tatiana said. And we have our Nosferatu currently at the Bay, hiding in the Bay area, maybe, or dead, or torpor, or whatever that case. So that's what we have information in terms of our situation on that. Damn. I really need to get this tech.
So what we're doing now, trying to, I don't know, come into this area, trying to find Norman there. I don't think he's still there, but well, the best chance that we have.
Well, if he wants to find us, he'll find us. If not...
Fair.
Yeah. And at least me and Frank me, Frank, and Athena, I believe, we'll be able to see him if he's hiding in the shadows. So it wouldn't be trouble.
We can probably leave him a little something.
No! The VTM map just moved!
Leave him what, exactly?
Yes.
A note, a message, I believe is what she's meaning. Something to say like, hey, can we reach out to you?
Yeah, or just to let him know that we need to talk.
Well, I was thinking
Because
about one. I'm sorry for interrupting.
no, please go ahead.
I can come there if there are some probably rats or birds, bats, for example, again in this area that were in this spot yesterday.
That's what I was
They
gonna suggest
can
as well.
they can talk to me. I can talk to them and try to find out something. So we want once more.
Make it discreet, but otherwise, yeah, go for it.
I would like
Bats.
to find him first before we engage with Kyle. If he's as powerful as we think, we're gonna need all the kindred we can get to try and subdue him.
How much do we know of Norman? Out of curiosity, done again. Like I know we know him since like session 1, I think, but like.
He's got a good taste in motorcycles, so he kind of shrugs.
All right. How much do we like know him also in the past? Like especially with Miles knowing he's like a detective from, like he's got a lot of reputation with kindred.
Doesn't get along with the Camarilla, which is surprisingly. Most of the ugly ducklings, they like to stay
So-
with them.
I
Ceneri.
want to do a quick thought experiment with Dawn.
Before you do,
That's okay. Yeah,
Mumbles,
okay.
you get a call.
She picks up the phone.
What experiment?
What?
I'm really sorry to disturb you, but bad news. Molto male, eh?
Alright, spit it out.
Your friend, he's Chinery.
Which one? The ugly one?
Yes, your friend, not the other friend. Your friend. And the only way I know this is because he has photos and evidence of you in his satchel. Mi dispiace, eh? I didn't expect this. Funny.
So just out of character, what was that word? What now?
Chinery, ashes.
General.
And
Ashes.
he is talking about Norman, right? Because he's got
Yes.
like
Oh shit. Okay.
I see. Where are you exactly?
At St. Julian's Paceville Beach. La Lenia, in his chest. How do you say it? The
What
wood
is in his chest?
Yeah, let's not say that over the phone.
It is. I don't like this, huh? I don't like this. It's. I thought it would be more. How do you say? Relaxed.
You know me. Things are never relaxed with me.
But you not been here for a long time.
Maybe not. We will join you there soon. The hunt is on. She'll end the call. Right, so. And actually, for anybody who would like, can do like, let me see what would be appropriate. Because I got always the systems confused. Like an insight check, yeah.
Insight.
And Mumbles is going to say, well, Norman's definitely not hiding.
3 successes, I think, for Resolve, so I think I catch up. Well, of course he's dead.
I think I have one that doesn't say it.
Well,
Oh, he caught him. Well, that was kind of something to expect.
that was one of the 3 chances. Well, that's one of the 3 things we have. So now, all right. So
So you
Could
said
you-
we are heading there. That's what you said on the phone. So
I am going there. Whether you come with me is up to you.
I would like to at least see the scene of the crime. Also, this means blood hunt on Mikhail. Kind of our own.
Wait, but I mean,
Well, not blood hunt. Our hunt. We'll hunt them down. Hey, Tatiana.
Hmm?
Could you? I want to do a bit of thought experiment usually. This is something I like to do when I'm back in my old days. Usually when we have a killer or criminal like this case, we try to sometimes get into his head a bit. Figure out like, okay, what's his motive is, like, what is he doing? Maybe you can also use it to track down maybe where he likes to hide. Could you give me like a bit of a general, like, how much do we know at least of the old Mikhail? Maybe like, tell me about him a bit.
About him?
Yeah, what he
That's
likes to do, his preferred.
I feel like he died there and he never have been resurrected by any chance. Because what I've seen right now, it's not Mikhail, it's somebody inside his body. So even if I'll give you his description, I don't think that's gonna help you. But if you insist, I mean, he was a very
nothing.
charismatic, sarcastic, funny guy. We were like hanging out a lot in the forest with our other pack, hunting people, hunting animals, Definitely had something traumatic back in his past, either when he was human or when he was immortal. But he never shared this with me. He always said that it doesn't matter, it's in the past, now he have us and we have each other. I don't know what it was. But mostly he was living, a kind of an easy life with a humor, a bit of hunt, and that's it. Well, he actually, just in mumbles, he liked to smoke, even though he didn't actually. We can't smell it, but it was a habit, maybe from his old life. Yes.
Well, he liked to smoke, so that puts him.
Well, he used to. Again, what he's is now, it's not him. Well, I feel this way. When I met him, it wasn't the Mikhail I knew. It was something else in his eyes. I felt that. But yes, that is a description.
How about this for a thought experiment,
And
Miles?
yes, he respected, well, owls, bats, kestrels, and other birds. Like, this is we had in similar. I used to be an ornithologist in my mortal life. So that's what we had in common. Well, that's it. That's all I can share.
Okay. What were you saying, Mumbles?
I have a feeling that what he is now is what Jeffrey will become if we don't do something about it. That's what I think.
No worries. So let me do, because I want to do some thinking in my head. So basically, Dawn, I want to do a bit of a. I want to use my investigation of sorts, at least with my knowledge of missing people, like when people go missing or when we don't know where. I want to use basically all the information I've gathered, at least based on Mikhail, to maybe see, like, okay, if I was this guy, with these motives, with these reasons, with these approaches, where would I be, or where would my usual haunts now? I'm turning into a dog. Okay, I'm taking these blind spots. Where am I going next? I'm offing an Nosferatu. I'm trying to take care. I'm sadistically taking care of Tatiana. So I'm trying to basically use all the information to try and deduce a bit, like maybe where his favorite locations would be, or where he prefers to at least maybe stay or hide around it. Can I maybe do like something like that? It's a far shot. It's like shooting in the
It's
in the
very
dark, but...
far because even he's not local, so.
No, he's not. I know, but that's why I want to give it a shot. If it fails, it fails. Hey, I tried. But chances are very low.
But the idea is
investigation. And intelligence or wits. You get to choose. But it has to be an investigation.
I'll choose wits. Could I use missing persons as a specialty?
I'm using crime scenes, but I'm not sure. Criminal mindset
really,
more likely.
Yeah,
but
you're not at the crime scene. Yeah.
So that's.
I'll use normal dice.
8 dice total.
Okay.
Hearing all that. Heavy. There you go. Oh god. Oh boy.
I have 4 successes.
I got 5.
So, Frank, I just want to clarify, are you kind of using a free system of Laura's to aid Miles in his search?
Free system of Laura's like.
One of the computer devices that is there for the use. Like
I'm
Miles is.
researching something,
All
yeah.
right, so you are using. Okay, just to be.
But it's not like it's more research. I'm not doing hacker research. I'm
No.
doing more like
Okay.
not scholarly
Miles is doing
academic
Miles is doing some
research.
minor research, but Miles is doing more like investigations, like criminology, like looking into crimes, like previous crimes he knows.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Trying to
Yeah.
find a pattern, I think.
Yeah, like
Precisely,
finding patterns. That's
precisely.
basically what he's trying to do. Is he's using all the detective tricks to see like, okay, why is he going to these areas? Why is he doing this, doing these motives and stuff? Yes, we're alien, but still. But 5 successes. That's what I have. And I'm probably like bouncing ideas off from other people just to like help me out.
And especially I'm curious to see how if it helps, I'm curious to see how this whole thing fits with the whole crystals and because he's negotiating. Guess I'll be taking a more political touch to it. Like he's negotiating with the Bruja. He's negotiating with possibly Sebastian. You know, these people want something, and he has this cult leader approach to them. So I'm thinking more: what does he have to give them, and what do they have to give him, etc.
Let's go for a 5-minute break. And I'll give you
Don't need
I'll
to
give you
think
the
about this.
answers to your roles. Let's go.
Very well.
Okay, good.
Be right back.
And we're back. So, Miles and Frank, you were doing a bit of research. Frank, you got a 3, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
and Miles got a 4.
5.
5, right? 5.
Yep.
That's what I gave you. So, Frank, unfortunately, history-wise, you don't find much going on. So you're turning up blank. Miles, however, you find a dark web for the kindred, kind of like their own little investigators,
Okay, so
historian
it's
spot.
a aftermath
Darknet
okay.
base.
Yeah,
Yeah.
aftermath work method.
And you find the information I sent you. Most of it, by the way, is censored out.
I see. There was more info, but everything is
And yeah,
okay. Could I maybe try to uncensor bits or no? Hard to do. Nope. Okay.
It's similar to when we found the dentist, right?
Could I? Yeah. Could I make a roll for specifically the name provided?
what Michaela's name?
Not Mikhail. That or no?
So, okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me. Let's have a look. So you
Intelligence. Intelligence, I imagine for sure.
are intelligence for sure. I need something a bit history based. So let's go with
Occult?
a cult.
Academics.
Occult or
A
academics?
cult makes more sense to me given what it is.
Okay. My roll. I'll be doing a roll for 5 dice. Two successes.
Um,
Where do I want to go for more? Actually, before I say that, willpower. Reroll 3 dice.
Careful
Okay,
with your
4.
willpower, man.
Four
It's
successes. You get these back at the start of every session, so it's.
yeah, but you've already spent 3. That's all I'm saying.
I know. 4 successes. GM, the storyteller is burning his mind. His
Malicious
hole.
view.
His hole is being teared open as he.
Third eye bullshit.
I imagine what I asked is like entirely something like, okay, I didn't plan this out accordingly. Let me see what I can pull up on. Prompt, please, prompt. What is this thing? You can ask me.
You got a 4?
Yes.
Hold on. Okay. It's up to you how much you want to divulge to the group. The group is looking at you going like, ooh, Frank is frustrated because he can't find anything and you're oohing and eyeing over there.
Okay, interesting. Alright.
Probably he'll put something like rude, like, "Hey, I'm Malahat." I'm not gonna say it out loud, but
Mumbles is
it's one
probably
of
just
those.
looking up to the ceiling, just in font.
Hey, oh god, damn, now I'm reading the full context you gave me, like, oh, this is not very...
I mean, this is a
Okay.
Methuselah we're
Now
talking
we know
about. There's
where-
gonna be loads of stuff.
Okay, alright, so you see Miles is doing his search, and you see Miles is doing something, you see his head kind of spinning a bit. Well, I said, he's kind of thinking, he goes, you look up the information. Yeah, now it makes sense. Now we know why maybe Sebastian was connected to this, to Michael.
Sebastian
Okay, I'm
was
sorry.
doing what to Michael?
I think we know where the connection is coming from.
Oh yeah, spit it out, man.
Well, you say
So-
we, but it's only you.
Me, yeah, sorry. I'll bring it up. So, just to ask Tatiana, Mikhail wasn't part of any group, right?
Any group?
Clan.
Cults.
Text,
Well, as it's known in a kindred world, we were anarchs. Gangrel anarchs in Crimea. That's all we had. That's all we were. No Camarilla
Interesting.
shit.
Not Camarilla, but
No Sabbath, nothing.
when you say Sabat, he goes, you see him giving this face of like cringe.
What's this
So-
face is about?
So, based on the information I found here, it's on a dark site that Kindred tend to share, like investigation search. You know, they share case files or info and all that.
What do you mean by dark side?
Fuck. Crap. We don't know technology, right? It's a site that normally you can't find. Like, you have to do lots of diving. Like, it's criminal stuff. Like, you know, you don't find this normally. You have to do lots of searching. So, yeah, something that the
Mhm.
police or normal people shouldn't see.
The same way in which we found the dentist, right?
Yes. Yep. There's a case file here about Mikhail. It's totally redacted, though. Like, not much information is here. But here's what it says. Of course, we know he's a gangrel. But it says here that at some point he has, well, not some point, but probably he's taken it. We're not sure. He's taken an oath under the Zemitsi clan.
Wait, what?
The dragons.
Yeah. Those.
What's wait. I didn't get it what you said. Simiski, what's this kind of connection is?
An oath. It means he has bound himself to them.
Like
meat.
blood bound?
It's an oath, so it could be maybe by honor, it could be blood. Unfortunately, if this was unredacted, I would see the information, but it's blacked out, so I can't find it. But what that means
But let's
is
speculate.
So
Yeah,
let's make it more simple.
He's
He kind
working
of
for
make
them.
friends with
he
Simiski.
isn't friends. Yes,
They
he's
own
in
him.
yeah, they own him.
Oh, they owned him.
hmm
And he did this willingly.
I'm not
I
sure. on the
can't
topic,
believe
but
it.
If it's an
Just
oath,
read
They're
the
fucking
first.
perverts.
Read the first part of it, though.
yes.
Sorry, 'cause
There's
I'm sorry,
no
I'm not
worries.
shooting as a
oh,
GM,
there's
but,
a line.
but
There's a line. Okay.
give them context.
My bad.
I mean, he's a Tremere, of course he'll keep context.
There may be a reason for this. It seems that the gangrels were genocided by the Silverfangs. It was a clan, a
Werewolf clan.
werewolf clan. Yes.
Yeah,
Which
quite
explains
familiar
how we
with them.
met your werewolf friend.
Well,
Our werewolf
Russia.
friend.
Once Russia was under full control of this clan, so quite familiar with them.
So it could have been that. So, and then after that, we get case file Michael Gangrel takes oath under the Zemitsi clan, which by this point would be Sabat, because Zemitsis are very much under the Sabats. Well, part of the Sabat.
But or anarchy, yeah.
Zemitsi? Sabat. I don't even think they're Anarch, unless we're talking about recent history.
They live and die by the sword.
Yeah. So that could explain maybe Sebastian's. At least Sebastian maybe was connected. I believe Sebastian was or had his name with Sabat.
We
Wait.
gangrels in Russia, we called Simiski perverts, you know? I cannot
so.
I cannot believe he willingly will submit to them at any
Okay.
point. I mean, he can be dominated or so. We hated them, okay? Simiski.
Could maybe due to the aftermath of the Silverfangs.
You had
Because they-
Silver Fangs and you had Tsimishi. Now, how much do you know about the history of you three and Nosferatu?
Me?
And I look at Miles and Tatiana. Because Mumbles is also a gangrel, but again, from what little I know, Mumbles' tribe are more city-based. So,
But what are you asking exactly out of character?
because Tsimishi and Gangrel and Nosferatu, they form a little bit of a mix called the Gargoyle with Tremere magic.
But gargoyles
So
are
maybe-
Tremere, not
Yeah,
Zemitsi.
but
Gargoyle
yeah,
is
but
Tremere and not Nosferatu. I've never heard of Nosferatu. Before.
yes, but it could be. There are stories that they used to craft these gargoyles from Nosferatu and Gangrels
Oh,
and Tsimishi. It's why they have these shape-shifting powers.
right.
It may be a far-fetched claim, but
So my guess would be that due to the Silverfang genocide of the gangrels, at some point, I'm only theorizing this, the Michael got a lot of pressure and eventually had to sign himself over to the Zemitsi to keep either you or your clan alive. That is my guess, based on what I can at least see from here.
I
it's
know.
possible.
I know that the Tzimitzi like to play God, to use that expression. They like to make things. They like to unmake things and then make them into different things. I have a feeling that if he swore an oath to the dragons, maybe they infected him with this,
Could be the case.
changed him,
Mm.
ensured that they'd have some sort of control, perhaps. But I do love to hear all of you talk smart, but myself, I grow quite restless. I want to go.
And do what? Track.
I want to go find Michael. I want to see Mikhail, sorry. I want to investigate where Norman died. See if maybe he managed to get something out of this. Make his death not totally worthless.
Well, we have to get geared up then. Come packed up with whatever you can, because we have to expect a fight.
I'd like to find out what Semiski made to Mikhail.
Anything. Zumitsi love to craft flesh.
Yeah, but flesh is not mind, you know.
Depends, I mean, you never know.
Have you ever studied case studies of tortured people, how they twist their minds? Who knows?
Well, it's not changing personality still.
Zumitsi magic is very different from what I would know, at least, because, but we'll see. But I'm very curious if the Zumitsi are involved as well. I'll have to think about it. We'll have to think about it as well. In any case, though, I do agree with Mumbles. It's better we check on the crime scene of Norman and see what we can do with that.
Yeah, let's
Maybe.
go. I mean, we
Do we
might
have
have some little witnesses which we can interrogate.
Maybe they can scout for us instead of going there. It's exactly what he would expect us to do.
So,
Think, Mikhail.
Good day, actually, Mumbles. I know you want to. I know you would want to leave here and take care of this, but do you? They're there at our Italian colleagues, right?
They're there. They found them.
They're there. They found them.
He sent us a message. He could have killed him anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's our turf now.
Yeah.
And with that, Mumbles gets up and she heads to her room to collect her things.
so let's go to the crime scene then. Let's move
Yep.
there.
I'll go get my stuff.
I'll
Coat,
get my bag
weapons.
and a jacket.
Can we have a steak?
You're talking to me?
No, I've done.
Yeah.
Mm.
Can we all get a quick steak? Okay, cool. Okay, I get a steak or two.
I'll talk to Red, and I'm just inquiring how well secured is Jeffrey.
How you said this? Sorry. I know why. Okay. Oh boy. All right. So before we leave, you hear Miles. Actually, no, as we're prepping to leave, Miles gets like a notification on the computer. Oh, hold on. The heck? Oh no.
What
Your
now?
sire, is it?
No. I put a ping on the dark web just in case any new information pops up. Here's one. Making of the new Dracula. File K005667. Project stopped.
Well, Mikhail is still here, though, is he?
Probably, I'm going to take a guess that maybe what if Mikhail was. I think the guess we had that Mikhail was maybe an experiment to Zimitsi's probable chance. Subject is MIA. Missing in action.
He got away.
So what if? Okay. Because you have to look at the timeline of events, right? After Tatiana ran away, Zimitsi picked up him. Probably brought him back from the dead. Something like that, we're not sure. He swore over the Zimitsi, and the Zimitsi tried to change him into this new project, this Dracula.
Or perhaps they did this to bring him back from the brink of death.
Or that as well. Whatever happened, though, looks like the project stopped. Probably he escaped.
What makes you think he was on the brink of death? I mean, we're vampires, we're undead.
There's only so much abuse that we can take.
Yeah. How did he
One
die,
bullet will
Tatiana?
not kill us.
Yeah, Tatiana,
But 100.
I was actually gonna ask, like, from like the description of your character's memory, the day of the genocide, what do you remember, like, in detail, like from Tatiana's perspective? It could be chaotic, it could be like from Tatiana's eyes, what do you remember from the night that it happened?
Well, we were in the forest, and we were ambushed by these werewolves in the most aggressive form. Krinas, I guess this is the name.
The war farm, yeah. Krynos.
Yes, and they were just started hacking us, tearing apart all of my kindred in the pack. So the oldest ones of us, including Mikhail and the others few, they understood that there is no chance we're gonna survive, so they scream that they're gonna try their best to stop this, to stop the werewolves, and that we, the young ones, we need to run away. So, the last thing I've seen before running away is how Mikhail is almost torn apart into pieces, alongside with others old vampires in our pack, and lots of young ones as well. They almost have been like teared apart, and like this meat thing where the head is over there, the leg is over there, this guts in just in the ground, stuff like this. And I've seen Mikhail lost his arm and lost his leg or so. So I was like very sure that he's dead already. His guts outside, Even if he survived, because he can survive in this, without one hand and without one arm, he can just, restore it afterwards. But he was in the middle of this whole episode. So werewolf definitely not gonna leave him be like this. And others as well. So I was running away afterwards with some others of my brothers and sisters, but I've seen how werewolves run after us and they catch almost all of us, and only I and my other sister, we made it. We ran out of the forest to the city. The others were, after all, were caught up, everybody, but me and my other sister. And I've seen like heads rolling there, some other parts of the body. So I was sure there is no way anyone else can survive. They won't spare anyone. Werewolves won't spare any kindred. That's what I remember.
They are aware that he escaped because the friend of yours, our friend, he told us.
What?
The werewolf.
They were looking for him as well. He told us, remember?
Yes, I remember that. So he told that he's looking for Mikhail, but I don't remember he said that he escaped. He didn't mention this. He just said he's looking for him. That's it.
But
And
if
that he
he's
also had
looking,
to do something with like this whole sunscreen debacle. At least that's what I remember you telling.
I remember he told me that he's looking for him and that he's alive, well, as alive as vampire can be. And that's it. He didn't mention that he's escaped or something. I didn't believe he can, okay?
Okay.
There's no chance any werewolf would live like vampire. Okay, you're fine, you're lying over here without legs, without arms, and we can leave you like this, No werewolf will do this. He will tear apart every vampire till the very small pieces. That's what they do.
Well,
At least, that's what these werewolves were doing.
Well,
Let's make it that way.
Even if werewolf terminals, Zamitis are very well known for picking up body parts and tying them back together without any issues, and even bringing dead people back. I mean, hell. Okay, I'm going into out of character knowledge, done. Because I know a lot about the Zamitsi. Would Miles potentially know enough about the Zamitsi because he's also Tremere and...
What's your level in the cult, please?
2 dots.
Yeah, you would.
Okay, I would know. Okay, cool. Thank you, because I can spout out stuff with them, so I know the Zamitsi well.
But there is one thing that, as far as I know, the old vampires, after the death, they will turn into ash. If I'll die, I'll just be as I am right now, because I'm just 2 years old as a vampire. You won't notice that I was something different. But if my sire or someone actually old, maybe, I'm not sure, as Mumbles, if someone that old die, it'll turn into ash. So that was
Usually
supposed to happen to
to
all
him.
vampires as my sire. So
Usually, yes. Unless, again, there was. Again, this is where we. Or, I mean, hell, for all we know, maybe this is a different Michael. As you said, maybe this is simply just a look-alike. We're
yes,
taking up
actually,
different
that
body
makes
parts.
such amazing sense because, well, they definitely can make someone look like Zemeski.
Mhm.
I've heard some fun stories of, well, fun. In one of the Sabbath party, one kindred wanted to show off that heart because it was a huge party for like, I don't know, 500 or 400 people, mortals, that he asked Zemeski to make out of her mortal gulls to make them look like her. So he was kind of being everywhere in this party at the same time, talking to different kindred and mortals. But it's just because it was her and lots of her ghouls who were looking exactly like her. It's kind of clever and, well.
Alright,
So
so.
that makes sense what you said. If it was not Michael, it was someone else, someone fucking crazy Zemeski Gangrel, never mind, who just was looking precisely like Michael. But
They can change their own appearance as well.
Yes,
as
but
far
it
as I
also doesn't
understand.
make sense. Why doing it with, well,
They can change
someone.
They can change their appearance. They can make very monstrous-looking ghouls, that have the same strength and power of a kindred. I can do a lot of other. Get the.
Resurrection is more the forte of a different clan.
Yeah, I was thinking it's more like Giovanni thing.
Giovanni,
Oh well,
usually.
fuck Giovanni. I'm sorry, out of character. I'm not sure if Giovanni is still existing V5 because I'm thinking of.
They call them
It's-
Hekata now.
It's
Hekata.
mostly
Hekata.
the Hekata.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was
Hekate.
Hecate. I was thinking it's out of this clan thing.
There's sub. But like what Mumbles would know more about is the Puttanesca, which is basically the mafia branch of the
Mhm.
Hekata.
Yeah, because well, the Giovannis are originally the Italian people, so yeah, but they are Catania. Well, in any case, now we at least unraveled that mystery. Maybe, and who knows? I guess we'll have to see how that goes. All right, let's go. Take a look at. Let's go to Norman's death and see if we can maybe find any info there now. But Michael will just have to basically deal with him as if you. Actually, yeah, we'll deal with them as we go. Right?
Our
At least we
goal
know what
is
we're dealing with.
to subdue him
Hmm.
because he has knowledge that we need.
Let's see if he can even give us any knowledge with his fried brain.
Well,
Do you have, Tatiana, do you have roll 20 open by any chance?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, she's there.
Yes, sure. Just I need to think about this, but yes.
No, of course. No, I'm just.
I'm not sure how canon it is in V5. I only know what's happened with this in 20
Okay.
edition. I know what's here, but not in V5. But let me think.
It's okay. I don't mind. I can spin it off. I'm just asking if you could.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be now. Just like if you want to think of something on the spot that you go like, you know what, maybe.
I was thinking about this just a few minutes ago, to be honest.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
if
but
you
again,
if you were
anytime to
thinking,
think.
no, of course. Okay, sorry.
Alright, well, we're going to Norman's. I guess we're all gonna get into a car if we're able to, and
yeah, Mumbles got our motorcycle. Can carry one more person if people feel the need.
Let it be me. I
Yeah.
like a motorcycle.
the gentleman.
It's Norman's motorcycle.
I like Norman's motorcycle, and I'm like,
Well,
"Yes, I'm
it's
going
Mumbles
with
because
you."
he gave it to her, but
And
for
now
her
he's
it's
dead.
not. And now he's dead.
Now it's yours.
No
I
take
guess
taxis.
Yeah, me. I guess me and Me and Frank will do
Frank.
the gentleman's way. Take a car. Driver, passenger seat. Followed by motorcycle.
So you make it out of the driveway,
Mhm.
and you head over. Compressing time, you do arrive there. It's a midweek kind of night, so it's not overcrowded and overpopulated at all. And true enough, you come to the spot where you see this clay red and burnt black ash.
Oh, that's a bad way to go.
Clearly a stake driven through the chest is still there, burnt.
So the question is, which kind of area is this related to animals? If there maybe I can find rats or
Rats are
dogs.
I think rats and
But
cats are
rat.
kind of your population in this area. Strays and
Well,
rats.
I'll try to summon them.
Alright, give me the roll.
Mm-hmm. So again, it's
Mumbles, at the sight of this, obviously you've rendered him. He's given you his motorcycle, and obviously it's not a scene that you want to see.
What would be the difficulty?
Difficulty would be 2. Does it make sense to go for a frenzy check?
Yeah,
For
I
whom?
think so.
Ah,
For
okay.
Mumbles, yeah. Because she started to kind of become friends with him, and now that potential's lost.
So
And
3
it's
out.
also, it's a message, it's a provocation. She's not very good at keeping her composure in that regard, I think. Hot-headed. Difficulty? 2 or 3, maybe?
Let's go for 3.
I rolled 3 out of 2. Oh, out of 5. Sorry.
Yep. A stray cat who's just prowling around for food. You get its attention, and it kind of just throws over to you, in hopes that perhaps you are friends and would quench its hunger. It purrs
the
at
way,
you.
Did I have a raw meat with me that I found and I was holding with myself?
Well, you
all
never
this
said you
time?
put it back, so I would imagine it's stinking on you right now.
Oh, well, okay, that's just the right time to get rid of this. I mean, to attract the cat. So I'm just showing it, hey, do you want some? Are you hungry? How was your day and how was your night last night? Did you see something strange?
The cat is munching down onto your feast, and
Cats do what cats do, man. You're thinking of dogs.
no, it's hungry, like really hungry, and it's not really keen of staying friends. It's kind of got what it came for.
Okay, how about this? I will give you some food and you will give me some answers after eating this nice piece of meat. And I give it to the cat.
The cat first starts eating. Mumbles, in the meantime, give me a check. So
I already-
oh, sorry, yeah, I can see it.
That's
okay,
alright.
so that's 4 out of 3. So yep, you.
Yeah, she just kind of like, normally, like a person, even when they stand still, like their chest goes up and down, like sometimes they move a little bit. She's just like she became a statue, and she's just kind of like, you can't see it because she's wearing the sunglasses, of course, but she's just kind of like staring. She's not moving. And her eyes are just kind of going trying to see if she can spot anything in the sand. Anything.
You don't notice that there is something, and it's if you don't know what you're looking at first, it just seems like, random pile of stones. But as you kind of take a step back, you realize there is something weirdly written, and you only recognize it from the common letters of O, T, and double E that you kind of realize there's something written in pebbles next to him.
She'll wait until Tatiana's finished.
The cat, who's munching on his nice gift, says, "Yeah, person became bonfire. Very scary. Couldn't move. Don't know why he didn't run when he was on fire."
Oh. So, do you have a picture on your phone of Mikhail by any chance? Miles? So I can show it to the cat.
Yeah, well, probably. I think I would. I would imagine. Probably has
So-
like either a case file photo or the photo we took from.
So,
Camera.
can you give it to me for a minute? So, you've seen this guy, killing this guy. I'm pointing at the ash.
Oh,
Creating this bonfire. And
no,
what else?
I didn't
No?
see
What-
him. It was
You didn't-
It was a big dog. I kind of was very scared. The big dog
Oh.
that I saw do.
And what
Was it-
else did this big dog? What else it did?
It moved rocks around. It's like, with its mouth, kind of like this, and kind of just gestures with the meat and puts it on top of the meat, and like that. He says.
I think the phone from Tatiana. I'm going to like hover because I think I took a picture of the dog of the camera. I give it back to her. That's the dog. Show it to her. Show it to
The cat kind of widens eyes, is like, "Yep, that's the scary dog."
And all you can hear Miles is,
Yeah. Like I'm just hearing like these two people talking. Like, okay,
You're standing there awkwardly with your phone, like,
yeah,
here you go.
yeah, okay.
and where did it run? Where this dog
Down the street.
ran?
I just checked to make sure it's not around because I don't want to get attacked.
Mhm.
So, but it looked more interested in ugly humans than me, so I was safe. And it keeps munching onto the food that you give it, the meat.
Mhm.
Tatiana.
Mhm.
She kind of points and she says, "Can you come over here for a moment? You're done talking."
Okay, so I'm approaching, and
She kind of she points in the direction of the pebbles, and she says, "I think you know how to read that."
it's
What does it
this
say?
thing that you don't text it in a roll 20.
Yeah, it's in
Yep.
row 20.
Yeah.
Well, give it away. Give her away, to be precise. That's what's written here.
Seems your possession now, Tatiana.
Oh, you think he's talking about me?
Yes.
Ah, fuck him. With his strange messages.
I want to scan the perimeter where we're on the beach. Heighten senses with my eyes. Is anyone watching us? Like anyone that's watching us maybe too much?
Give me an awareness
Oh.
roll.
Alright, so
Oh,
heightened
me-
senses, I add my my aspect level, which is 2. Is that okay with it?
Yeah.
Any wits awareness or resolve awareness?
Wits.
Wits.
Wits awareness, eh? 1,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm doing the roll.
The only reason my mom was not looking is because she's too preoccupied with what's in front of
Yeah.
her.
You're good. You're good. But I'm.
Mumbles, you do realize that if you paid attention to the call that was given to you by your colleague, he mentioned a backpack, but it's nowhere to be seen around here. Backpack
Yeah, I
with
was wondering about that.
photographs, Yeah.
Yeah, so she will approach either him, Mr. Scarface, or one of the others, and she'll ask
I'm
them
guessing
about.
Miles failed the roll.
2 successes out of 9
Oh no!
dice.
Well, I have five
Yeah.
successes.
How did you fuck so bad?
It's not your night today, dude. All right. So Frank,
I got 5 successes. Yeah.
we'll come to what you
Gotta give
saw in a
something
moment.
to Frank, right? You're always rolling 5.
We'll come to you
Cool.
in a moment.
No
Mumbles, you
problem,
were
no problem.
saying, yeah. You were
About the
wondering.
Yeah.
bag, right?
If you can spell out, if you can put the name again back in the chat, I'll try it if I can pronounce it. But I keep forgetting how to say it.
Cicatrice, yeah.
Cicatrice.
That's good. That's very good.
Okay, so if he's there, she'll approach him. But if it's just one of the other guys, she'll approach one of them, and she'll ask them about where the backpack is.
So Cicatrice is nowhere to be around. It's
fair enough.
it's one of the other guys, pretty much one of his posses.
Yeah.
He gives you a look and he shrugs as like, no lo so.
I don't know.
Where is Cicatrice?
Ritorno a casa. He went back home.
Like he returned home?
Sì.
When?
2 ore fa.
2 hours
Last
ago.
hour? 2 hours ago. Right. So Mama's is going to go on her motorcycle. And she's going to take off to the airport.
Okay. So Bubbles fucks off with her motorcycle to the airport. Right. Frank, to resolve that, 5 in the awareness. As you kind of scan around, you notice that there is another pile of ash that seems to be next to the dumpster.
Oh, that was Cicatrice. And I will investigate it, and ironically, I'm looking for jewelry, because that doesn't burn so easily.
Okay.
Living
Investigate
remains
and
of...
resolve, please. Investigate and resolve.
Investigate and resolve.
To potentially identify from whatever remains from the ash of this individual.
7 dice.
Wait, Cicatrice was a kindred?
Yes,
Yeah.
Cicatrice is a kindred.
Oh, fuck.
Because what Mumbles thinks is that he took the backpack with all of the info and fucked off, which she doesn't like. So she thinks like he's headed to the airport to try and go. Because they
I
told
got
her to go
5
home.
successes again.
Well done. So,
Messy
while...
critical. مش messy, 2 zeros. So that's why it's 5.
Alright, so while you don't really find anything evident, right, and you kind of get frustrated at this point, you kind of just, with your leg, your shoe, you kind of like toss around the ash. And true enough, to your luck, you find what seems to be the remains of business cards. Printed on said business cards, Matthew's name appears. And we end the
Damn.
session here.
Oh, shit.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Until next time, we're going to be taking a long break for Christmas, winter holidays. So we will catch you back in January. Stay safe. And don't turn to ash.